Don't do it. Don't even think about it. Do not start your wellness prep until you watch this entire video and you understand the top 3 secrets I'm going to give you for that nutrition that's going to change the game for you on stage. If you miss this, you're going to place worse than if you watch the whole thing. I'm telling you. Best tip at the end. Stay through the whole video, you guys. We're diving in. All right, tip number 1. I'm just going to get right to it. A lot of people competing. A lot of people trying to do wellness right now. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner, intermediate, or even a pro. There's a lot of variables that come into your nutrition when you're on prep, and you want to make sure you're maxing out on everything to bring your absolute best to the stage. But a lot of the tips I got you, they're not per se, coaching industry favorites, and I'll tell you why. Tip number 1, don't do a meal plan. I know it sounds crazy, and you're like, what? That's the exact thing that I'm looking for. That's exactly what I want. That's what my coach told me, and I ate the same meal plan for a year and a half. These are all bad things. Meal plans are bad because they have end dates, you guys. They put you on one generic thing where you come in, you get on this meal plan, and it's just one thing over and over. It's usually something really bad, like monotonous, terrible, boring. You're going to hate yourself eating it every day. Chicken and rice, asparagus and tilapia, 6 times a day, repeat 7 days a week for the next fucking till you're in the graveyard. Okay, like at the end of the day, it is not the way to go for your nutrition. For 1, because it doesn't produce a good result, and for 2, you will hate every second of your prep. And the amount of people that go through a prep and they come out with these kind of like what I call healthy eating disorders given to them by their coach and their lazy ass coaching perspective, it's not good for you guys. It does happen where people get out of prep, they don't know how to look at anything besides chicken, asparagus, broccoli, tilapia, all this weird, they can only have this, or they're off kind of mindset that comes with it. It's honestly a very sad, detrimental thing, and a lot of people, if they end up experiencing that, they do end up needing to get actual help for these type of things. So do not go into that path, do not go into that, and I'll tell you why those coaches giving it to you. Coaches do that kind of stuff with that generic meal plan. It's chicken and rice, egg whites, and, oats and whatever, because it's easy, because it's, a lazy thing. It's something where they can make it one time, they send it to 100 clients, and they call it good, it's end of day. And what I always say is these approaches are often also very extreme usually, right? It's usually very bland, very minimal foods, very low calories, all things that are pretty much guaranteed to, they're going to do something to you. Like if you went and ate a cardboard box for the next 3 weeks too, you'd probably lose some weight. Like at the end of the day, it's a lazy approach to coaching, and there's a lot you can lose metabolically, hormonally, just all around if you go about that approach. So the meal plan, you guys, it's not the best way. Don't do a meal plan. What I really suggest is that you do macro counting. Okay, on Team FFLEX, you guys, we coach a lot of competitors, been doing this for years and years, 10, 12, 50, I don't even know how old I am anymore, but we've been doing this a very long time, thousands of shows, and what we see all the time is, macros work. That's what we do for pretty much everybody. We do meal plans occasionally. I'll tell you why in a second about that and how that works, but the macros are what we do for probably 99% of everybody we train that goes to stage. They win their shows, they're very successful, and the reason is I believe macros are the way to go because it actually teaches you about nutrition. If you don't understand what macros are, by the way, it's your proteins, your carbs, and your fats, and basically learning how to bring these things together to make a diet. When I make a macro plan for somebody, I say, hey, here's the numbers I want you to hit. Here are your daily goals: protein goal, carb goal, fat goal. I want you to take these and fill these with foods that you like, okay? Foods that you enjoy, foods that, maybe a lot of coaches would say you could never even smell or you're going to gain weight. These types of things that are going to make sure that athletes and people training can have a balanced, healthy perspective to their nutrition, also learn about their nutrition, and also get the results. So we really like macro plans. They're very successful. They're very good, and you learn a lot. You can eat a lot of foods. You get a lot more variety. You avoid getting this hormone damage that a lot of coaches will give you. You avoid getting metabolic damage a lot of coaches will give you. You avoid having the misery of hating every second of your prep and never wanting to compete again, and also potentially developing some type of an eating disorder if you learn how to do these macros, and you can have this variety, this flexibility. Now, I said for a second there, you may have caught me where I squeaked in there that we do meal plans sometimes, and really here's how they work. If we're going to do a meal plan, you guys, it's not one day, and it's not bland food. It's not, this kind of just chicken and asparagus, all this boring, crazy stuff that's generic and easy. When we go build a meal plan, we're doing it for the 7-day scale. Different foods, taking into consideration all the nutritional nutritional needs of the person and the athlete. And then the goal is always, again, to shift them to macros in a very short amount of time. A lot of times when we have to do a meal plan, it's because they went and hired a coach. They put them on a meal plan for so long that they don't know how to eat any way else. It's very overwhelming for them to think of doing anything else. They're not going to be successful doing that. So we will give them then, in that case, a meal plan that's very in-depth, very customized, very made for them to then bridge the gap from there to doing macros and having a greater success with overall nutrition. But you guys got to understand, when you go on a prep, you shouldn't be focused on just the elements of the prep. You should be focused on what you can take from the prep, learn from the prep, and put back into your everyday life after the prep, before the next prep, in the middle of, if you never compete again, you want to have some nutritional knowledge and some information, and that's what macros can really do for you. My next secret, number 2 secret for all you wellness competitors out there, this is a pretty big secret that a lot of people, you're not going to find a lot of coaches doing this, but I am totally against starving yourself. I'm totally against the starvation diet. Yes, you're going to get on stage in a bikini, and you're going to have to, show every pretty much part of your physique off to a wide audience of strangers, judges, your mom and dad probably, everybody's going to be there watching you. And what you don't want to do, though, is go into this idea where you have to be so, I'm so worried about being so lean, I'm so worried about this and that, I'm so worried, I'm going to do extreme stuff. I'm talking about these really low-calorie diets. I'm kind of talking about those meal plans from tip, one, but also the fact that you just can't go about the starvation diet. I've seen a lot in my career over the years when we take compares on from other coaches, other teams, they come in and they, some people eating 400 calories a day, 600 calories a day, 800 calories a day. I mean, these are not abnormal times, by the way. This is not like once or twice I've seen this. I see this pretty much once or twice a week when we got new people coming in to train with Team Flex. And you guys, it's a serious factor that this kind of stuff is very, very unhealthy for you. It's very detrimental. You can develop lifelong issues from doing stuff like that. Starving yourself, you can totally destroy your metabolism, your hormones, all this stuff, to where you would literally need medical assistance to continue just living your life after a show. Unfortunately, guys, I've seen, many times competitors that were even considering jumping over to the team, and I'm talking to them on Instagram, or I'm talking to them in a consult call, and they're just not, they're not ready. They don't want to make the jump. They don't want to talk to their coach. They don't want to say, hey, coach, you know what? This just isn't working for me. I'm going to go try Team Flex. They're not ready to do that, and then they end up getting in the hospital from some type of thing this coach had them do, or they didn't eat enough for so long their hair started falling out, or their hormones are so whack now they have to go on hormone replacement therapy for the rest of their lives. Things like this that you guys really have to factor in. When you go on this type of approach, what you do when you do a prep is going to last a lot longer than that if you do it wrong. It could last the rest of your life. Hormone damage for women specifically, we're talking about wellness. When you do a contest prep the wrong way, it can take you upwards of 2 years, maybe 3 years to even re-get your hormones back online in a good way. I mean, imagine how crazy that is to say, and how detrimental that is for your body, your longevity. If you ever want to have kids or anything else, it's very bad news. Don't do it. Don't do the starvation. Don't listen to your coach if they tell you to do the starvation diet. If they say, all right, hey, here's your meal plan. It's 500 calories a day. It's 800 calories a day. It's 900 calories. Get yourself a new coach, okay?
You're fired.
Do something for yourself to fire that coach. Call them up on the phone. Don't even call them. I'll call them for you, and I'll fire them and say, you know what? You suck, man. They're out. They're with us now, and we're going to feed these people and give them the right stuff they need. Okay, I will do it for you. If you want me to fire a coach, drop in the comments right now, you guys, and I will do it. I'll call them. You put the number. I'll call them, fire them. You'll be on Team Flex. I'll give you the first month for free, okay? We'll do it. The thing is that with this nutrition, you have to understand that you never want to go in the starvation diet. So if you got a coach doing that for you, if you think you need to do that yourself, you need to reevaluate that approach either way. Even if you don't hire us, guys, seriously, just reevaluate that approach and don't do it, because it will be detrimental to you in the long term for sure. But your goals should be on a prep, by the way, wellness prep. And my secret right here, it's coming to you. Make sure that you're always eating as much as you possibly can and still getting results, okay? For most people doing wellness, this is a lot more calories. And here's why. When you're on a wellness prep, you have a lot of muscle mass to maintain to get to stage. It's actually the number one thing the judges want to see. Sandy Williamson, head NPC IFBB Olympia judge, she tells me all the time, number one thing, every division they want to see is the muscle. You got to have the muscle. Okay? Wellness has a lot more muscle than bikini does, for example, right? These are two of the women's divisions that are in the lower tier for muscularity, but it has more than bikini does. And what you want to make sure is you're maintaining that muscle through your prep. That means eating as much as you can, keeping that protein up, keeping those calories up, keeping the carbs up, keeping the fats up, keeping all this going to make sure you're propelling that muscle. Yes, we do got to bring down the conditioning. You got to bring the body fat down, get to the right level of conditioning, but it is not even an extreme level of conditioning wellness, all right? It's a softer level for the most part. Lines in the muscles, not striations, not veins, not six-pack abs that everybody's always worried about. Don't worry about that. You'll get the best physique when you have the most muscle and you can bring that body fat down in the right way. And a lot of times that's going to be with more calories and maintaining that. If you drop those calories, you do the starvation diet, what really ends up happening is your body goes into, safety mode. It shuts you down and it starts just maintaining all the body fat and burning all your muscle, because muscle is a much more expensive tissue in the body, period, okay? The more calories required to maintain muscle than it is for body fat. And so if you're going to go into the starvation mode and you shut your body down and it starts thinking you're starving literally, which it will, then now you're burning muscle, you're maintaining those fat stores because it says, hey, these are easy to burn. We want to keep these. We want to make sure because we're dying. So don't do this. Don't make that mistake. Don't go on the starvation diet. And remember, if you want me to fire your coach, just hit subscribe real quick first and then drop me a comment. I will do it for you. All right? Wellness, prep, nutrition secret number 3. And this one is probably the craziest one. I told you guys this was the best part. I hope you made it here. Tip number 3 is to make sure that you're not afraid of that glorious cheat meal. A lot of competitors are. We talked about these two things. They all rope together kind of right here, right? People get in their mind they have to eat this certain way in this. No, I'm telling you, when you're on prep for wellness, you need to be having cheat meals. You need to be having this refeed days. You need to be having this. Obviously all coached, all planned, all structured. Don't be having cheat meal every day or you're damn well never getting on stage. But having these in your routine can be such a beneficial thing for so many reasons. And why don't we cover them? 1, mentally, okay? Prep is hard, you guys. You're gonna be training, you're gonna be doing, crazy workouts, you're gonna be dieting, you're gonna be doing so many things that are very difficult. It will tax you physically and it will tax you mentally. And if you want to get out on top, having a cheat meal can really just revamp. But, as I said, coach many successful wellness competitors, even pros, and what I see is when they're getting, in the kind of mode where they're, I'm real tired, real fatigued, it's hitting me hard, workout's killing me, or they're just head's not in the game, they're like, I'm worried about this, I'm like, hey, you know what, cheat day, let's go have whatever you want, have, a burger or pizza, I don't care, have ice cream, have a whole cake, but have it once, and come back tomorrow, ready to roll. And what happens is, instantly, there's a little bit of pushback first, right, a little bit of worry, are you sure, did you really mean that, can I have that, yes, have it, and then they come back and they're like, oh my god, it powered my whole week, I feel so great. I feel great. I pushed hard on my workouts. My mindset just totally changed. Everything felt good. And you know what I see from the coach perspective? I see better pictures. I see better posing. I see better stats. I see loss of body fats. Okay, all of it comes together to be the perfect sequence for really kickstarting a prep. So that's one huge benefit, you guys. Just the physical, the mental side you get of it, but also the fact that literally if it's planned, it's prepared, you've been dieting someone a certain way, you got a good coach that's guiding you the right way through training, through nutrition, this can totally be planned to be used as an advantage to push you forward in progress, right? When I start seeing even maybe some competitors I'm coaching, checking to check-in, maybe stalling out a little bit, hitting kind of that plateau everybody worries about. What I say a lot of times is, I'll assess a few variables. Hey, how's everything going? How you feeling? Are you stressed out? What's going on here? Are you getting enough sleep? Blah, blah, blah. Check the bases on all the boxes, which any good coach should do. And then I rope it back and say, you know what? Looks like we might need a cheat meal. Go hit one. And I kid you not, you guys, like these people will pack in crazy amounts of calories. I have some people doing refeeds on Team Flex that are eating, women, they're like 115, 130 pounds, getting ready for wellness, and they're eating, 6,000 calories on a refeed. It's crazy, right? It's crazy to say because some people aren't eating 6,000 calories in a week on prep, and we're doing it on Team Flex all the time with refeeds, cheat meals, whatever. And what I see is they come back and they're losing, we just lost more body fat. We just popped that muscle back up. If I'm worried about somebody not being full enough, maybe feed them a cheat meal, fill back up in the muscle, everything's great. What I'm saying is a cheat meal is not something to be scared of. If you got a good coach, you got a good approach, you got a place to be, and you want to be your best on stage, you can use them to your advantage to push your progress forward and be better than ever on stage. And that is a key variable that you really have to understand. I hope you got something out of my video right here today. That was 3 secrets, and literally if you bring any of these 3 secrets in, even just one, I guarantee you're gonna be doing better. You're gonna be having a better prep, a better experience, and you're gonna place better on stage too, you guys. I'm telling you, we do this all the time, day in, day out. This is the stuff that works. Other coaches that don't want to tell you this, or they look at this and they say, that guy's crazy, he's wrong, blah, 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 whatever. That's because they're doing the lazy shit. They're doing the, the generic stuff. They're trying trying to put you on whatever they can to get you to shut up and, hey, where's your card? I need to swipe it. That's not what we do on Team Flex. I want to give you guys this value. I'm giving you the secrets. I'm giving you the things we do with our clients. I'm doing it all for free, okay? So if you got anything out of this, one thing we have that's a huge advantage and opportunity you can take far beyond this is to go to our website and go to teamfflex.com, subscribe to the free trial, okay? We have a free coaching trial. You can train with me, one of my kick-ass coaches. It's free, and it's a way for you to get a lot more value, a lot more, give back. It's our give back to the bodybuilding community to say, we want to help you. The shit is all fucked up out here with all these bad coaches and everything else. We want to help you better. We want to help you be better. We want to help you get to stage, even if you're not training with us. So that's a huge opportunity you just do not want to miss. Go check that out on our website, teamfflex.com. And if you don't, I'm going to be upset. But if you do, I'll see you on the other side. At the very least, make sure, though, you hit that subscribe and you give me a thumbs up because it's just one of the great videos we got coming. A lot more stuff. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching. If you made it this far, especially, Coach Rye is out.